announcement. I wanted to say I hope you might enjoy the video. As I was editing the video, I realized that I forgot to hit the side-by-side view so you can see me and Sonia right next to each other. So instead of me and her being right next to each other on video, it pops back and forth. When I'm talking, you see the video on me, and when Sonia is talking, you will see the video on her talking and not me next to her. I'm so sorry if this causes any inconvenience, but I hope you might enjoy the video either way, and if you do, make sure you like it, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below if you have any questions. Hi everybody, welcome back to the PP Bite. Tonight I have my friend Sonia on, and we are going to be talking about important for education when you have learning. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I would love to. My name is Stephanie O'Neill, and I've been a PE teacher at Ladue Schools for 23 years. And I started up the adapted PE program 15 years ago at the middle school, and then 10 years ago at the high school, because the kids that I was teaching at the middle school went up to the high school and there was nobody there to teach them. So I went to the board office and I said, okay, we have to figure out a way to get this program at the high school. Do you have anyone that could teach it? And they said no. So I started the program there, and it was great because I could really transition with the kids from the middle school to the high school. And it just worked really well. So I could, kind of have them as students from 6th grade all the way through 12th grade. So that was really great, and the school was really supportive of it, and I've been really lucky to have my classes at both schools, typically around 10 to 12 kids, and I have great para support at Ladue, and they're super engaged with the kids, and they're super active, and they listen, and we work together to kind of figure out a plan for each kid and the whole program overall. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, before I moved, many of you may know my moving story. I told it more times for my YouTube channel. And so before I moved, I was in your PE class, and I love it. And I wish I could go back to it. I mean, I constantly talk about it, when I'm on my mind. So yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Maybe my piece complete over here. Okay, so my first question is, I know you are an adapted PE teacher at the middle school and high school. Can you explain what adapted PE is for those who might not know what the term means?
Okay, so adapted PE is exactly what it sounds. It's adapted or modified PE program that meets the needs of kids that have disabilities, that have special needs, any type of special challenges. I've had kids throughout the years actually that have been in my class that just maybe have high anxiety, or they're super uncomfortable changing in the locker rooms, and they really prefer super small settings. So my class has the ability to actually have kids with all sorts of different kinds of challenges. There are some programs that have just kids that qualify on their IEP for adapted PE minutes. So that's kind of the difference between my program and other programs, that I have that ability to kind of have a little bit of flexibility on who kind of I let in there. It's just, really kids that just need that smaller group setting. So I love it.
Yeah, that definitely helps. I know for someone like me, I don't like big places either, and big amounts of people. That's one of my big things. So I make it when I'm at home and I'm not able to handle with the teacher and many of my nieces and stuff. It's just about able.
Yep.
can you explain your learning becoming an adaptive PE teacher or supporting the adaptive PE program?
So I actually got my bachelor's degree in physical education, and I did the adapted PE certification program, which took me about an extra semester of coursework. So I did a class. One class alone was just physical disabilities. One worked just with kind of studying autism. One was just one was with kids with Down syndrome specifically. So I really got a gamut, like the broad learning of my studies on how to work with all of the different kind of needs. And then I had one with just a class on kind of emotional issues and high anxiety. So I got a great kind of spread of different classes to work with all sorts of different kids. And I use a lot of those skills with kind of my daily classes and, my regular PE classes, because, a lot of those same skills can be used with a kid with a learning disability or high anxiety that's in a regular PE class. So, there's a lot of, turnover in both classes. So.
Yeah, and also that information helps her out in the real world too, because the more education you have, the better you're going to be interacting in the world. Because I see people out in public who might see another individual who's not like them, and they literally either look at them weird or don't know what to do or say random things. People do it to me all the time. It's
Yep.
really interesting.
Well, and the thing about adapted PE, it's very similar in a lot of ways to regular PE. Whereas the all kids need to master certain skills. All kids really need to be physically fit, need to like work on their flexibility and strength, and incorporate that with your needs and your interests and things that you like. Work on hand-eye coordination, just for everyday life, balance, flexibility. I could go on and on. So there's not really, everybody needs that. The difference in this class is it's a very small class, modified, where, I have paras in there. So a lot of my classes are very small groups. So there might be 2 students with 1 para, or me working one-on-one with 1 kid. And, so it just kind of depends on the day, and especially it depends on the activity. So something like volleyball skills, I can use a lot of different equipment. I use all different kinds of balls. I use different size balls. Some kids use just balloons, and so their mastery might be just, the overhand hit with a balloon. And some kids use very large balls, beach balls. So, that's one of the things that I love about it, is kind of trying to come up with new ideas and new ways to kind of differentiate each class.
Yeah. Like I noticed when I was in it, and that was a while ago. Now I'm out of high school, but we had uh, we had lots of different activities, and that's what made it fun.
Yep, yep. And I also have kids that come in that help kind of as buddies, and the students always enjoy working with classmates, kind of partnering up and being social with them, and that whole part of it is really fun and engaging for them.
Yeah, that's kind of like the best buddy program. Yeah,
Best Buddy program is a great program. Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Let's see. What are the molecular and clinical benefits of having adaptive PE program for those with special needs at school?
So I would say definitely the mental benefits that kids get from adapted PE is the self-esteem and the confidence that they gain from, I've had kids that couldn't jump rope, and they can turn the jump rope. It's down on the ground, and then they actually jump over the rope that's on the ground, and it is the greatest thing that they've ever done. I have a boy in one of my classes, my middle school class, that just learned to ride a bike with training wheels, and just so much just how much that has boosted his confidence just for life and his self-esteem. And, he couldn't wait to call me and show me a video of him riding a bike. And, it's the same thing with all skills, being able to walk on a treadmill or use a rowing machine or, line. So, everybody's at different levels, and really, it's just the the greatest thing about it is to be able to have the small group setting, small class size, and a lot of one-on-one partner activities and small groups. So,
Mhm.
and then the physical benefits are for sure strength, for sure flexibility, a lot of core strength. A lot of times when, let's just say, I mean, you're out and about and you're walking on your walker and riding your bike and do all these things. So we can't use you an example because you've blown the curve, because you're about as fit as I've ever seen
Mhm.
anybody. And so your core strength is very, very strong. But a lot of times kids with special needs aren't out and about. They're not using walkers and standers. They're not riding bikes. They're not swimming in the pool. And so they have a super weak core. And so what does your core do? I mean, that holds you up. That helps with your posture. That helps you stand up. That helps you walk. And so without a strong core, you're very weak. And that's, a lot of times parents, if they have kids with, let's just say, different maybe types of physical disabilities, it might be hard, if it's a bigger kid and they're, bigger than the parents. Sometimes it's hard to get them up and get them out of the house. So a lot of times parents, just really want to keep the kid home and keep him sitting in a chair because, they've got other kids and they've got a household to take care of, and it's exhausting. So, to have them in the adapted PE setting is so important for these kids to build strength, especially core strength, especially flexibility, to loosen up those muscles that are super tight. You still wear braces, right?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Yeah. So when you take off those braces and your leg or your foot is in that brace all day or hours on end, so good. I mean, I can see how good it feels on you and other students when you really take those braces off and can work on some flexibility and stretching. And, stretching is so important for everybody, not everybody. I need to stretch more. And then, of course, like I said, hand-eye coordination is so good. Being able to make contact either with a balloon or a ball or, some kind of a racket or a bat with a ball, whatever, it's all good. And, it can be modified for each person. So I know that we talked earlier and you were wondering advice for teachers, right?
Right. That was my next. That was my next question. What is the benefit advice for other PE teachers who may want to start their own adaptive PE program or have a student with special needs in their class?
Okay, so like I said earlier, obviously there has to be a need for the class. So you have kids with special needs, whatever is going on, but you have to present it to your administration and to the board and figure out a time, maybe a place that you can have this group. So right now at the middle school, I don't have the luxury of having a gym because all the other gyms are filled with big PE classes and we don't have enough space. So I actually have to teach my middle school adapted PE class in the cafeteria, which doesn't seem ideal. And some days it's definitely a struggle when we're on the ground doing a plank and we're on like a fruit snack is stuck to my elbow or something. But, make it work and, do whatever they say. Yep, I'll make it work. I'll make it work in that space. Oh, we can't afford equipment for your class. It's okay. I'll figure out equipment. And then you just do stuff like you make it yourself, or, you ask parents to donate stuff, and, you can get
Right.
beach balls at the dollar store and balloons at Walgreens. So I'm constantly trying to just kind of reinvent. And anytime anybody needs the space, I'm always super sure you can have the space. No worries. We'll go outside and walk. And, I'm a custodian who moves all the tables out for me. So, you just do what makes it work and get the community involved, support them. That's
Uh-oh.
super helpful. And again, these kids and families are looking for opportunities for their kids to be active. So I rarely come across a family or a parent and them be in one
you're
piece
cutting out.
very often.
What you cut out. Okay, so my next question is, what is your biggest piece of advice for parents who wish to adapt exercises and workouts for their child with special needs?
So I would say the first thing I would say that's most important is do it together. So get out there and swim with your kid, or take them on a walk, or go to the park. Um, Try to find something that interests yourself and your kid. So maybe it's a workout video online, or maybe it's a, you know, dance, one of those videos that you can follow, or creating a TikTok. I mean, I've seen so many TikToks of yours and
I
ones
do
with like
that.
your mom. You get your whole family involved, and I love it.
Yeah.
So again, like, your family is so amazing, and they're so supportive of you, and they keep you so active and busy, and that's why you're so fit and healthy. So try different pieces of equipment, and during this distance learning, if you're back at home, figure out what works. I did exercise videos for my adapted PE kids. I mean, one day I did, like, just tape on the ground, and I gave them a workout where they had to walk on the tape like it was a tightrope and jump back and forth. And then we used it as, like, to hit a ball over and kick a straight line on it. So you can get super creative. You can use things like, household items used for creating upper body strength, and get siblings involved. And so I would say that that's the biggest takeaway: doing it together, being fit and active as a family is super important. Making time for it, even if people say they're too busy. You're not too busy to be on social media. You're not too busy to play video games. Make time for it. Sometimes in the beginning, you even have to schedule it like it's a meeting in your calendar, but figure it out and make it work for you. And again, just using different equipment, making it fun. Don't making it being like exercise or work. Just play.
Yeah. And I know I have a friend who does adaptive workout, so I'm gonna put her Instagram down in the box below. So if you're a parent wanting to and need ideas, you can hit the link right down here in the description box and find workout ideas.
Yep.
What what has adaptive PE taught you as a teacher?
I would say the most important thing it's taught me is that nothing is impossible, for sure. And never say I can't, for sure. That's a big one. Think outside the box is a big one for me, because I'm always trying to, okay, that doesn't work, hold on a second. And I go back to the equipment room, or I'll run into my office and I'll be like, okay, let's try this. And just trying to get as creative as I can, and just knowing, like I was talking about self-esteem and confidence, that how much these little successes and physical activity mean to kids, and little tiny successes build their self-esteem, boost their confidence so much. So, show up and be my best every day, because they're expecting me to teach them, and they're expecting to me be excited and upbeat. And I always have music playing, and I always make sure it's music that they love. And so I just try to create a really fun environment, so it's not like exercise is hard. It's just, my class is fun, and that's kind of how we do it. I still would love for you to come in and volunteer and hang out with my class now that you're a high school graduate. You
Yeah.
need to come in and do a visit. And I also, one thing I forgot to mention, I do a lot of mindfulness and meditation and yoga with my adapted PE classes at both schools. So like we do Mindful Monday. We do Mindful Monday. Where are you there?
Yep.
We do Mindful Monday, and we do different activities with mindfulness, and we do a ton of different yoga poses, and that's super important for both my classes. So they love it, and I make it fun, and it's good.
Yeah, I would love to come in minute and have fun with you, bye. I
Okay.
know I can ever since we play on my bike, I've been so happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I got to come over and see you riding that bike of yours.
Yeah, it's really fun, and I know Nick, you're probably watching this, so thank you for repairing my bike from 100 times.
Good job. He
I,
gets extra credit.
I told him that like 100 and a million times. Um, but yeah, thank you so much for being on my channel, and if
My pleasure. Anytime.
Yep. And if you're new here, like this video, subscribe. The button's down here. It's totally free. And share this video because why not?
Exactly.
Yep. And
Such a pleasure being here. Thank you, Anna, so much. And
yeah,
you are such a great example of, really working on your physical fitness and living a really healthy lifestyle and always making really great healthy choices. So always keep that up. It will always stay with you, and it's so important for everything that you do. So your parents and you have done such a great job at really making that a super important part of your life. So
yeah.
go you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see the video. And if anybody has any questions, you can always reach out to me too.
Comment down below and I'll test them to comment down there. I hope I have comments on video. I hear that YouTube is taking comments down sometimes.
Oh no.
So
Oh no.
I hope if I have comments here, leave them. If I don't, go over to my Instagram and leave them.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Night. Bye.
Bye.